Next, we're going to have some closing remarks from Ben Nguyen, who's from the Westside Pacific. Ben?
Yeah, thanks, Bill. Hi, everyone. My name is Benjamin Nguyen. You can call me Ben. I am the director of Westside Pacific Villages. We're out here in Los Angeles, very close to LAX. And I'm also a licensed clinical social worker, so focused on gerontology, aging, adult development. So a lot of exciting things that we've talked about today. I think that one of the things I'll build upon from what Bill had mentioned was, that we began by understanding and identifying what is like healthy aging, right? And specifically, what was outlined in a lot of Regina's first presentation was this really a gap within what the healthcare system is able to do, and all of the focus report findings were really fascinating, thinking about things through this biopsychosocial lens, right? The health system has traditionally been set up to look at like the health and illness and disease aspect, that quote about how illness lives in the health system, but well-being lives in the community. I think that illuminates really what healthy aging looks like and how that's not really collected in the data with the disease and blood work and lab work and all of these different things that are happening in the health system. And you really have that psychological, social, spiritual, creative, and all these different dimensions to life and aging that are not fully captured inside that health system, right? And then even just understanding about how the health system itself, there I remember working inside like a internal medicine clinic and seeing in different family medicine as well, how many different screenings and developmental screenings we had for child development. So that whole quote about elderhood is really, it doesn't go unnoticed that we create all of these different developmental milestones from like 0 to 18 pretty much. And we only have pretty much like 3 categories for adulthood. And yet there's so much development and richness that doesn't really get tracked, doesn't get assessed, and it's just sort of left up to us. So that is something that villages have a unique position to be able to begin to understand. And to Linda's point, right, being able to turn that data into action and mobilize to advocacy. We have different real experiences. So hopefully being able to understand the power of what a village is able to capture, illustrate, and represent for healthy aging that is missing currently in all of the different systems out there, especially healthcare, is so important. And I also, love what being able to think about this, even if we don't have research and methodologies right now, it's just really understanding that what villages can begin to do, which is provide a solution to a gap that's currently in our realm of living and like research, but also just experiences for what it means to grow older and develop as an adult and develop healthy living. So the last thing I'll say also is I liked what Bill had introduced about this strategic aging framework, right? And how this really comes from the Administration for Community Living. And as villages are positioned, as what Dick had said, aging in place is really one concept, but a lot of the work of Village Movement California has also looked at really it is aging in community. So it's not just that aging in place, but really being engaged in aging in community. And so villages are unique to have that. I think are positioned to fit super well within that Administration for Community Living, what that means, how is that defined, and how we might begin to think about all of the things that we are already doing. And so hopefully this will inspire you to maybe think about how we might have some next steps to measure and turn that into more action and really build a case for villages to be the movement of, adult development and healthy aging. So thank you all.
Thank you, Ben, for the beautifully integrative comments. It's perfect for closing out our time together.